Penns Valley community. I'm Brian Griffith, Superintendent of Schools here at Penns Valley, and I have with me today Darren Narber. He is our most immediate past president of the Penns Valley Area School Board, and we're going to talk today about the part 2 of the design phase of the Route 45 Safe School Corridor Improvement Project. And on this video, I'd like to focus on from the time we approved the master plan up through and until today.
Well, I recall that as we were coming out of the master planning process, there was some excitement in the community to see some change happen and to see the farm, the additional land acquisition be utilized for a number of purposes, as the community had weighed in on all sorts of avenues of how the land could be used, what was necessary, what wasn't necessary. And as we whittled that down, it became apparent that there were several projects that rose to the surface as priorities, and others that would remain on the docket sometime into the future.
Right, and so that master planning process, it's pretty comprehensive. There's a lot of things on the master plan. So what was the board's focus with regard to the engineering services?
The traffic studies had indicated that people weren't necessarily following the posted speed limits, and so we wanted to alleviate some of the dangers that existed for people that were crossing. So we took a look at it, and one of the priorities was to hire a firm that could take the schematic design that had been developed through the master planning process and take that to a level that could be then put out to bid and see what the total projects might cost.
Okay, so in the fall of the 21-22 school year, after we went through a request for proposal process, the board actually employed a company, HF Lens, to do this process. And their charge was to develop and design this safety improvement corridor. And then we also had a little project for the restrooms at the athletic field. So talk to me about the feedback we've had from the community on those restroom projects.
So when I came on the board in 2017, that had been something that had been in the background floating around for quite some time. And anyone who's attended a Penns Valley football game or soccer game or anything that's held in the stadium recognizes that our facilities were lacking in that department. And so we decided to focus on upgrading our stadium to meet the needs that the community had expressed. And projects came back. They turned out to be much higher than what the architects and engineers had originally estimated, and the board felt that at that time that it was not an appropriate expense to make.
Okay. I know you're very familiar with the board's philosophy of facilities management and fiscal management. How does the board proceed with its large projects?
Sure. Every year, the facilities team here at the district is tasked with assessing all of the buildings, the parking, everything that the district has as an asset of a facility. They are tasked with maintaining, upkeep, and then replacements as necessary. And so there is a rolling list of improvement projects, replacements, everything from roofing, air conditioners, dishwashers in the kitchens, all sorts of lighting fixtures and things of that nature that go on this plan. And as funding becomes available, it's ranked in order of priority, cost, time frame, how long, like in the case of a roof, what kind of remaining term life it has. Over time, the board has the opportunity to plan its expenses and try to make sure that funding is in place or can be pursued or saved for those projects. And there was a number of projects throughout my tenure and other board members that we saw come onto that list, kind of rise through the ranks of priority, and eventually become something that funding was found and able to be accomplished. As far as the district is concerned in fiscal management, the district is in a positive position because of strict fiscal management. Sometimes that can create some issues because of the rigidity of that, but it has also allowed the district to weather a number of storms, including the pandemic and other things that just come along and pop up that are unexpected. And so by positioning ourselves as a district in that way, we've been able to accomplish projects over the course of time that other districts may have struggled with in the same time frame.
Okay. Well, that's all I have for you today, Mr. Narber. So do you have any final comments that you'd like to share with the community?
No, I think it's a great place to live, and I hope the community continues to support our district, our teachers, our staff, and our students, because they need it, and it's an awesome place to live.
So, thank you, Mr. Narber. Thanks for your service, and thank you for making it always a great day to be around.